What's up guys, it's Scher talking, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, let's talk about Spiral Corridor Floor 200 and how to defeat it. Well, here we have to fight versus the Garuda Wing. That is a boss that deals mostly physical type of damage, but can also use wind spells, so you still need a little bit of will. And then you will be stunned on this fight. That's right, but you should not care about it if you are following the rules. Garuda Wing is weak to both Blunt and even more to Pierce and resists cold. Well, Blunt gives us a lot of different options, especially Leon, but let's talk about how to actually survive Garuda. First of all, I'm bringing lots of defense, because damage is pretty high, especially on start. What I have here is Empress, and she gives 25% damage reduction to the party, and we have Death, that gives 30% damage reduction to the party. That's right, Death still has Dark Barrier that decreases damage taken again by 25%. Empress, well, Empress can use either the Karatsu Wisteria Blade to heal a little and apply Evasion passive, or she can use Christmas Moon. In this strategy, Christmas Moon is totally needed, because this will give 25% damage reduction, but it lasts for 4 turns. You can stack, and we'll be stacking this since we'll be using every 2 turns. That's the back row. The front row, we have here Noel's daughter, because she has Krunguard, decreasing damage taken by another 20. She still has Water Festival that has defense boost that decreases damage taken by 15%. This will stack as well, just like from Empress. And we also have this Kisaba that gives heat up to the party that will take some time to use, but I'll use eventually. And then here in the front line we have Anya. Anya is here because she has a Toil Dart that removes buffs from the enemy. Buff break is necessary here. She also applies attack down that decreases damage taken by 15%. Look at how many defenses I have in this party. She also buffs status when she is attacking, both Endurance Will, and gives a lot of different other effects to herself. Besides giving 10% SDR Dexterity and Intelligence all the time. Okay, so this is the supporting. This is how you defeat this boss. Now let's talk about the damage dealer and why Leon's the best one. Here in this fight, the enemy will do lots of different stuff. For example, it will be trying to stun you on turn 3, then 7 and every 4 turns. In order to stop all of his attacks after the stun move, you need to land at least 5 hits or attacks. So Leon is good because he's fast. And the enemy will also use a fast skill. And there's some strange things happening between the enemy self-buffing and the enemy attacking that may get the enemy to even use some other follow-ups attacks. So I just prefer to have Leon in the middle of this formation, because this one does not increase agility and some strange stuff didn't happen. So you will also get hit with an attack by the enemy that decreases Overdrive Gauge every turn. So you will never be on full Overdrive unless your character has Overdrive gains by the end of turn. And that's why you can use Elicit in this fight. She will work well, it will take more turns, her damage is not even close to Leon's. And she can debuff in the turns where the enemy tries to stun you to a point where you can avoid being stunned altogether. But sometimes you will not have enough number of attacks and the enemy will do follow-ups, but at least you are protected. Other character that will work here is Sumir, because you need a fast skill to use and in order to be able to stop the enemy. Creator will work as well, because it will depend on the number of fast attacks you have. Death has a fast attack. Empress has a fast attack. So Creator will attack at least 2 times, and he has a fast attack. You will need a third character with a fast attacks as well. But it's not so easy to do. Labelle doesn't work here, in my opinion. You probably have to wait for better status and better companions to Labelle. With the options that I had, she just didn't work well. Some people did use Fuyo. I don't know exactly how much it works, but it's probably a totally different strategy. Another character that will work here is the latest Noel, the one that can heal. He's gonna get lots of different attacks, and he does have a fast skill, and he will be able to follow up, so another good one. And then I can't remember anyone else that would be good enough here. Oh yeah, there is Red, and I use it here on my live stream, he works. You just need Punishing Combo plus as Inheritance. But Leon is much better. I don't know if you have Red instead of Leon. And you can also self-heal, and he gives another 10% damage reduction with his MRT instructions too. Well, you need someone that has at least 3 attacks and has a fast skill as well in order to make it work. As for my equipment, well, I try to defend more versus Slash. It's the most common element during the fight, but you still need to defend versus Blunt and Pierce. You don't need to defend yourself too much versus Fire, well, because it's just one attack that happens every 4 turns after a while. So Anya doesn't need help, Leon doesn't need much help, but now Owl's daughter needs, so you need to bring Boot to increase Pierce resistance. And Final Empress, I brought Blunt resistance, I also have Fire, everything here because she needs to resist. And Death, I was taking too much damage with Death, and I increased the Slash resistance even further. Try to help, but let's see if this will work. One trick is to use the Twin Flower Brooch for those that are weak to Slash already. And with all that said, I think my party is ready. Let's see how it goes. And so the battle starts, and... okay, so the fight starts. Let's pay attention to what's happening. Leon has to be ready by turn 3 in order to stop Garuda Wing. And let's check on the passives from Garuda. He will buff accuracy, forget about evading. When he attacks, he buffs STR, agility, and intelligence, and he's going to use a skill that buffs as well before he attacks. When he attacks, he decreases your OD gauge, so you can only get into OD if your character has passives that gives OD, or skills that gives OD, or if they have a delayed attack, or if they counter Garuda. That's how Julian works, and on the start of turn, he removes all art buffs to Endurance and Will, hence why they are not so important here, but it can be if you manage to attack multiple times. Okay, so Leon starts with Frozen Revolver, Anya will always use the Toil Door, and I have a perfect cycle because of Water Festival from Owl's daughter and her passives as well. But Empress don't have enough to start with creatures month's Moon, so Holy Protection Blade, and Death will always use Dark Barrier unless you need to heal and you are desperate, and we can use skill number 3. Let's see how many things trigger on the start of the fight. Yes, Empress buffs are invalidated by Garuda Wing. But Anya buffs still works because she attacks and then buffs. See, he just buffed it himself, we removed that, we applied attack down, then she still chases, doing okay damage because it's weak to Pierce as well. And Garuda uses triple strike, double strike, a lot of things, and it's good because you can actually just counter if you have Brilliant, but that is for another strategy. For now, this is what we are going to do. So another Frozen Revolver, don't load Convert Weapon yet, so that we have enough EP on turn 3 to use a fast skill. Everything else is just the same, and now I have Christmas Moon with Empress and Dark Barrier. Oh, we got a combo, but it doesn't matter. Defense boosts don't increase with combo, as long as I know. Self-buff it, we will remove that. If you don't remove, he's gonna achieve such a high agility that you won't be able to land attacks. And we are taking this content before time. In JP they had more tools, they had higher status, so yeah, without buff break this becomes impossible. We didn't take too much damage on the first 2 turns. That's also when you see Couch on Garuda. It's on turn 3, then on turn 7, and every 4 turns. It's a time for you to use Acrobatic Race, and then all the remaining stuff. You still have to keep up with Water Festival. Kisaba we will use it only later, when we have some cycles of defense boost. Christmas Moon, and Dark Barrier. Okay, it just casted this, and then you attack with Leon. And if you attack more than 5 times in turn 3, 7, in those, you will stop Garuda Wing from using follow-ups after he stuns you. And we even have 2 other fast attackers here, Empress and Death, that helps. If you have other damage dealer that's not Leon, you need to have at least 3 hits in order to stop. Or if you're using Alliance, she will debuff intelligence from Garuda so much that even if he stuns you, he will not stun you, even if he attacks. But with this strategy, Garuda won't attack after he's stunned, so it doesn't matter. Now, let's keep up with what we are doing, the same strategy. And Holy Protection Blade, Dark Barrier, and all. We're still not on full potential. It takes some turns to have 2 stacks of defense boost and those things. Oh, actually, I should have used my skill to load anti-material shot. But that's not a problem. We can do it on the next turn. Sometimes you'll be removing buffs before or after. You cannot know, because depends. Sometimes Garuda has lots of agility, sometimes it doesn't. Good thing about Leon is that he will block lots of damage with his damage blocks. Damage is already decreasing by quite a lot in my opinion. You will eventually reach a very good point where you can slow build up your HP back. Now, convert weapon, that's what I said. Everything else is just the same. And Christmas Moon. Keep up this cycle of Christmas Moon, Holy Protection Blade. One and then another. Well, attack down after doesn't really help. But like I said, sometimes Garuda will be faster, sometimes it won't. You know, still managed to decrease the damage a little now. That's okay, still turn 6. If you want, you can, yeah, you need to always pay attention if Leon has at least 10 BP for turns where it will stun you, so that you have a fast attack available. A Quart. Time for Holy Protection. Dark Barrier. If you are desperately to heal, Death can use Soul Helix, but we are not in danger unless someone is below 1k and think about it. That's okay, just that Shade Ball, it's not that strong on Leon. Heavy Gale is the strongest attack on Ulchis, attacking Death. Death is a little protected by the equipments that I brought here. This turn we won't take much damage, it's just that stun attack, so go for Acrobatic Race, Wheel Door. I can use Kisaba, but I won't attack too much in this turn. There's something strange when I use Null's Daughter Kisaba on turns where you get stunned, so I will just use Water Festival for now. Christmas Moon and Dark Barrier. There may be some hidden mechanics here, like if you use too many attackers on this turn, something happens. Like I got some turns where it still used a follow-up attack after that AoE stun, and someone died. Some people can still die because Death is here, but even then it's better to just go for the best setup possible, that is, to keep people alive. So, I will use Kisaba on another turn. See, that just happened. And I cannot explain why this thing happens. And it just happens from time to time, and I can't explain. I didn't even use Kisaba. So, back to the normal cycle, I guess. Oh. I could not cast Water Festival. Maybe that's why. He stunned me before I did. So, Water Festival then. Holy Protection Blade, Dark Barrier. It's good for this thing to happen during the fight so that you know that it can happen. In many runs it did it, but time to time. And you know what? Our agility buffs from Water Festival are being kept. Garuda Wing does not remove that. Since Death is here, someone died, but it's not a big problem unless he kills the same character again. Then I will not have someone to revive. Empress will take a little more damage than the other characters because she doesn't have any that many defense boosts stacked yet. Won't be much of a problem unless he focus fire on her. Well, it's on turn 11 now, I can still use this. Like I said, I can use Kisaba now to have that heat ups. We have really low status for this fight. That's why some strange stuff can still happen. Without that, you had to restart the fight. But it's good. It's good that we are seeing this, and I will still be able to win because this may happen to someone else. SaGa gives heat up to everyone, so Liam will do a little more damage. Attacking death. That's turn 10 now, right? I believe it's a good time to use death, skill number 3, and pray for the gods to get that extra healing. Because death is 1000 HP. It's not totally needed yet, but I don't know. I don't like to use this Soul Helix on turns where Garuda Wing tries to stun because I want more attacks. Yeah, you can keep attacking Anya. You could also theoretically evade the stun via Empress evasion. But then you take more damage in other turns. Way more damage. Oh, Death is on overdrive. That's a very rare thing. Turn 11. So, Acrobatic, Toil, Thor, Water Festival, Christmas Moon, and this time it has to be Dark Barrier. Still, it's working. Also, if you don't have Lian third style, you have to bring the first one with quick draw. I imagine how hard this could be. Many more turns. Probably around the 30 turns. That's turn 11, we're getting combos. That's okay. Barely any damage. Garuda Wing will become more aggressive in some time. I don't know if it's related to number of turns or if it's related to his total HP left. Right now we are on 50% of the fight. This fight will last for 24 turns or something, I guess. Maybe a little less. 22. Let's see. Since Lian is on full potential now, doing more damage. Even then, how much HP does Garuda Wing has? The HP bar barely depletes. Yeah, this attack casts a defense boost and it's not good. Just slow us down. Still not angry yet. You're doing good. Our HP still high. Just that got hit by some single target attacks suffers a little more. So just be careful. You need to have at least 14. 10 BP by turn 15. You can use acrobatic race for now. Because it was turn 11, the next one is turn 15. Then the next one turn 19. You'll probably not get to turn 23. You'll kill Garuda Wing before that. Hopefully. The RNG is more about the characters that he chooses to attack with single target. Sometimes it may just single focus on death or no walls, and that can be hurt. Anya and Leon are the only ones that don't care too much about being focused. Anya because she actually has lots of defense boosts herself. Leon because of his placement and damage blocks. Anya takes less damage than Leon even without being on the center. Just be careful, I'm gonna use a normal attack now. But that didn't die. If it does, it will revive. Everyone has one free revive. Leon cannot die though, because he already used all of his LP. The problem is that if you die by the first hit, Garuda Wing keeps attacking till it depletes all of your LP as well. That's a good turn, I guess. But yeah, it's already attacking more often. It seems to be on turn 14, yes. From my experience, unless I'm always reaching this amount of HP. On turn 14 onwards, I see more attacks from Garuda. Now, you have to use your acrobatic race and all stuff, because this is the stun moment. Okay. Again, a water festival with Toyodor. Yes, no follow-up attack. We are protected. For now. Yeah, I think we'll defeat it by turn 21 or something. Maybe less. That's because Garuda Wing is weak to blunt. Imagine if he wasn't. We're also desperate for some healing. You could just, in one turn, use the dual Holy Moon from Empress. Eagle Claw starts appearing here. Multiple attacks. I think I'm gonna use a dual Holy Moon just so that you know how much you can recover. But it's just Death that is dying here. But Leon is getting close as well. It's important to survive, so... Water Festival and dual Holy Moon. It's an experience, right? Or wait. I use a Holy Protection Blade. Actually, I'm better off using Christmas Moon now, and then dual Holy Moon the next turn. Because I'll still have enough BP to use my Christmas Moon 19. Remember, the 19 is an important turn. I hope Death can survive this. But if he doesn't, he will just revive. Once more. Was faster than us. Oh, Count's also pretty strong, actually. Double strike. How many times you want to attack? Ian is on critical now. And Death is dying. So, I'll use a normal maybe, or frozen acrobatic race. I'll still have enough VP later, so acrobatic race. Toil. Art. Here. Dual Holy Moon. Can I use this? Christmas Moon on the next turn, right? I got 6 per turn. No. Let's keep what we should be doing. Ian will kill, I guess. That's a hard moment of choice. Let's use this. I don't want Leon to die. Ian will kill before we see the AoE stun attack. But we'll also find out how much we can heal with Empress. That is, if we can heal before, right? Maybe Empress will kill. Yes, it will kill. And it was 400. Oh well, as you can see, it's doable. You just need the right units, and with Leon, it's stable, I believe. With Julian, it's not as stable, but he can also do this in a different squad, and I'll be showcasing on a different video. But so far, hope this can help you clear this challenge, and if you cannot, please just wait. We'll get better status. We also get other characters that will help during half anniversary. So, click the like button if you watch it to the end, and please subscribe if you haven't. If you want to support the channel, we have links on the description of the video. I hope to see you soon in the next one. Goodbye.